Hello and welcome to Arcade Couch, the best place to chill with friends and get game goodness each and every Monday. My name's Don Black. Joining me on the couch this week, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here this week where, I'm sure a few controllers been broken and people have rage quit.
I was, look, neither of us played Hollow Knight Silksong. We will talk about it in a minute. But I was reading this morning people saying that it's this whole, someone did a thread or what, it was an article where someone was saying the game's harder than the last one, but then of course you go to the comments section, it's just people arguing backwards and forwards and being like, yeah man, it's totally way harder than the first one, and then someone will reply and be like, this one's so much easier than the first one, just get good. Oh man, well maybe not everyone has time to sit at home and buy games anymore, I've got a job and kids. Yeah, well lol, maybe you just need to get better again. Classic comic section banter, good stuff. So first topic, top 5 daddies.
Big Daddy?
Sure, yeah.
Nathan Drake?
Sure. You got 2. Keep going.
Yoshi?
Yoshi, okay.
Yeah, he's taking around the little baby Mario all the time, like a daddy.
That's right, 3. Yeah, 3.
Not really many father figures on. Joel.
Joel, yeah, okay, Joel, yeah.
And fathers. I know what's the dude from Wolfenstein? He's got kids.
BJ Blazkowicz?
Like the new ones. I assume so.
Yeah. You want him? BJ Blazkowicz?
Teaching kids to kill Nazis. That's a good father figure.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't say Kratos.
Yeah. Given what we're talking about this episode, yeah, it was a bit of an oversight, but
Anyway.
But he did kill his first bunch of kids, so I mean. Is that a good daddy or not?
Do you judge daddy on his currents, or do you judge daddies on their past? You know what I mean?
I know. You should take in their full timeline, full history.
I refuse to say Father's Day. It is Daddy Day. Happy Daddy Day.
Happy Daddy's Day.
Happy Daddy's Day.
I don't know.
Pedro Pascal's out there.
Your list?
The first time of his life. Yeah.
You just sprung that on me.
Nah, I sprung it on you because you do it to me on your fucking podcast. Like, eat shit. What comes
I was rapid.
You know what I mean? He was not rapid.
You was not rapid. Out 5 minutes of thinking time.
You went rapid. Fortunately, I don't need to edit anything because most podcast apps have that trim silence option that most people turn on now, so it will sound like you were speaking in normal length. However, there was years.
Oh no!
Years between the answers there. All right, Hollow Knight Silksong, of course, came out this week finally. IGN writes, Hollow Knight Silksong is out now, but the huge rush to buy and download the game has caused some storefronts to crash. Steam, for example, struggled to cope with the influx of customers, with Silksong's store page returning an error in the initial hours after launch. At this stage, remember, this is a $20 indie game. IGN staff reported trouble trying to buy Silksong from Nintendo eShop, the PlayStation Store, and Xbox. Silksong is a day one Game Pass title. The subscribers reported trouble downloading it from the Xbox App Store and Xbox consoles. Silksong is one of the most anticipated games of 2025. Blah, 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 blah. Costs $20 American. I don't actually know. What's it cost? Let me have a quick look. What's it here? Steam. Hollow Knight Silksong. Is that like $30 probably? Is that
probably.
$29.50. What a weird price. Sure. What's your reaction been to the Hollow Knight craze this week? As it I can't say I've ever seen a game break Steam.
No, I don't recall a game ever breaking Steam. I mean, great for them. Obviously they've been working on this for a long time. And given the amount of time that they're working on it, they needed a performance like this, sales-wise, to justify how long they took to make the game. especially at the price point they're selling it at. When realistically, they could be selling it at maybe double that price, and people would still be buying it. Yeah, I mean, the anticipation. I mean, it is one of the most anticipated games of all time. Just, I don't know how it became so. Just because maybe just the word of mouth around the game and how long it's been in development and people wanting, kind of jumping on the bandwagon of wanting it to come out. Like even we've been kind of buzzing about it. And we're not like big Hollow Knight fans. So like, yeah, I mean, it's this really cool success story. Another great Australian success story.
The only good thing to come out of Adelaide. The only good thing to come out of South Australia. Sorry, Drew. oh, sorry. Hilltop Woods also.
They're in the top three. So. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't think they expected this kind of reaction. I'm sure they expected like I think they said the first game had 500,000 sales or something like that. They've got to have done at least 1 million already in his first couple of days. That's not even including the Game Pass downloads, which I assume won't be counted in sales numbers. So
no, that's the thing. And I just installed it via Game Pass. I went to do it via the app the other day when I was at
preload. Yeah,
to preload. Couldn't do it because of all these issues. Just couldn't do it. Had to actually manually wait till the next day to actually go and download it. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to play it yet. So, it's almost
That's why this Disney of Future is stupid. We should all get physical editions.
I think someone is doing a physical edition, or maybe I'm.
I mean, if they're not making a physical edition of Hollow Knight Silksong,
limited run or something,
they're like leaving money on the table, and I mean, they're already leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, the thing, it's almost like the story about Silksong and Hollow Knight in general is more interesting to me than the game itself. Yeah. Which is that weird thing. Because it's I don't know if you call it like a placebo effect, but it sounds mean to say because it's like saying that the game doesn't warrant all the positive buzz or anything. But that's not what I'm trying to say at all. It's just that.
Dylan, I'll let you know. Open Critic. There's one review up, and it's got a 10 out of 10. So best game of the year.
Up from? Who was first to put it? Open Critic review?
From
whatever random website is.
From a site called Noob Feed.
What?
Noob Feed. Congrats on being the first person to finish the game.
Let's have a look. Let's see if AR wrote this.
Zafar Ryan, who looks like a real person.
No, it sounds like real. I'm surprised there's not more reviews out. I thought people would have been rushing to get.
Well, maybe they haven't been uploaded to.
Yeah, true. They say in their review, this is everything that longtime players of Hollow Knight wanted and more. It's an excellent way for newcomers to dive into one of the best indie universes ever made. It is hard but fair, big but small, and beautiful but brutal. And most importantly, it will stay with you forever. There you go. Shout out to what was the writer's name? Whoever you said at Noobfeed.
Yep.
Yeah, it made the news, it made local news. And by local I mean Australian.
Pretty sure it made like national.
Well, it made national news as well. But I mean, like it was being talked about
I saw the 7 Adelaide news report about it. Because obviously they just juxtaposed it because there was a massive AFL preliminary final happening in Adelaide. More people bought this game than went to that game.
Went to the game, yep. Very funny.
Yeah.
Good bit to. I think it was a good way to portray the story to a way that non-video game people watching news would understand how big this is. It's like, this massive football event, how many people, like a bit below 30,000 or whatever it was. Yeah, imagine like 4 times that amount of people are playing this Adelaide May game. Help sort of, I think, put it into a bit of perspective. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Are you going to play it at all? Like, what's the story now that's actually out?
I know. I feel like I need to play the first game.
Dabble?
First,
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Just play the new one. Play what's new.
No, just to help me get better at.
No, you're going to help you. I was reading. So apparently of some people, I can't remember. I'd give a shout out if I can remember what website. I saw an article yesterday. Someone wrote, I think it was Polygon actually, but someone put up an article and said that all the colleagues had fucked themselves because they played through the original Hollow Knight in the weeks leading up to this, jump straight into this. When you start this game, downward dive doesn't go straight down. It goes off to the side at a 45-degree angle until you unlock an ability later in the game to switch it to go straight down. But all these people got used to Hollow Knight where downward attack just goes straight down. So they're playing this where they keep thinking it's going to go down because that's what their like muscle memory is locked to, but it now goes slightly that way, and they've all fucked themselves. And I think the person wrote the article was like, because I didn't do that, I'm good. So yeah, just play this one. Yeah, I got it on sold on my Xbox. Yeah, ready to go. So all right, what else happened this week?
I will say I'm looking at our good trusty friends Google reviews.
Yeah.
It's currently sitting at a 4.4. A lot of 5s. Second highest is 1s.
What's 4? I know Chinese players are downloading it because it's got terrible translation apparently. But
no, there's here we go. One person.
Did you go woke?
I'm getting a refund. The game is massively overrated and overhyped. It's basically the first game with a different character. Everything feels the same, but no real changes. It comes across more like DLC than a sequel. Unlike Blasphemous 2, which was a clear improvement over the first game, Silksong feels identical to Hollow Knight 1, but with worse economy and input reading at its finest. Everything is expensive to buy from merchants, even resting seats. Sometimes you need to pay for them. The game is not hard, but the overly used data mechanics make the game feel hard. Where the music is the only good thing in this game.
So written by Blasphemous 2 dev? Like, what do we...
I don't know. There is a lot of 1-star reviews on this.
Okay, read me another one.
Horrible game. It's way too woke.
Here we go. Yeah. Tell me what's woke.
Too much spam. 5 stars. That's it. That's the end of the review.
Yeah, that is pretty woke. Spam is woke. You know what I mean? Fish, woke.
You go mid as fuck. It's boring. It's basically Hollow Knight, but you have to pay $20 again.
These people, just look on that person's profile. They're giving every Call of Duty 5 stars.
Maybe. Some people are saying it's janky, so there might be some issues in places. Here we go. Criminally overrated, extremely bad Metroidvania. 9 Souls is light years ahead of this game. No parry and no dodge iframe. Yet, as you're expected to avoid damage by jumping. Why the rave? The combat in this game belongs to the 90s. It's not a hard game, it's just abusing bad mechanics. The game doesn't explain anything to you, for example, during loading screens. Laziness in its finest. It's not a friendly game for newcomers at all. I just deleted it and asked for a refund. Blasphemous 2 and 9 Souls are the masterpieces. I read on other threads that some of the fans feel it is the same as the original one. That's why it took them 7 years in the making with this poor combat. You know?
What is with this Blasphemous 2?
What's up with all these haters?
Jesus. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. There's some outliners. You know, you do you audience. Would you believe the hundreds of thousands of people enjoying it?
Would you believe the people who use Google reviews?
Or would you believe these Google reviews? Go woke, go broke. You know what they say. You know,
they didn't even explain what was woke about the game.
The 45-degree angle. It's implying it's okay to not be straight.
It's a straight line.
Yeah, straight line in the first game. That was fine. No, off to an angle. That's it. No. I see how it is. All right. Also this week, other things. Press Out writes 007 First Light's release date has been revealed alongside 30 minutes of gameplay. Shannon writes, the PlayStation State of Play dedicated to 007 First Light took place overnight. Blah, blah, blah. We also knew the game is now getting a March 27th release date on PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. The core gameplay experience seems to follow that of the Hitman franchise, which makes sense. That's given the same team that made the Bond experience. Spycraft is the toolkit in the game that you can use to make your way through the missions. Instinct represents Bond's natural, quick-thinking nature in the form of a slowdown. Gadgets are a huge arsenal that will unlock as the game progresses, and obviously combat will let you take down enemies silent, or guns blazing. So the gameplay, also the cast was revealed, which and a collector's edition, which costs
led by the very well-known actor Patrick Gibson,
the very famous actor that you,
from the cancelled Dexter original series.
Yeah, very famous Patrick Gibson. Yeah. Half an hour gameplay. The first 20 minutes of gameplay they showed was sort of a mostly unedited. It jumped ahead at one point, but part of a mission where Bond is supposed to be just the dude pretending to be the limo driver and standing on duty, but then like sneaks into the party basically, and then we jump ahead and he goes on a car chase trying to track down 009, who's apparently an agent that's gone rogue, and then meets up with this, was it French agent, I think, jumps in the car with him. And then he eventually like stops and his 009 boards his jet plane and Bond has like a massive shootout to get to it, and that's sort of the unended. What did you make of what we got to see here?
I mean, a little bit mixed. I think obviously at the start it looks very much like a Hitman, like just with this infiltration elements of like got to do this, and then like you can turn on the hose, and then the dude will squirt the face, and then you can sneak past him and that kind of stuff. All that kind of thing felt like Hitman. I think the car chase sequence very extended, like especially when you want something a little bit more action packed and heavy, and it's like it just felt like you were driving a car for no apparent reason, other than obviously it was an opportunity for exposition between the two, between Bond and the opposite agent. But once you get to the airport and you do the actual combat, it's like fucking hell. Like in the cool set piece on the plane, that cool, all felt very exhilarating, and very cool. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. It's definitely got my interest, but there are still concerns, but there are lots of little intricacies and him picking up guns and like flying over car bonnets and that kind of stuff, and like little intricate small moments that seem very impressive, but wait to see how those actually. I think this is definitely one that you have to play, until you won't know if you're going to like this game until you actually get your hands on the sticks. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can tell right away from just footage.
I think everything similar to the stuff at the start, or with the segment that was more like Hitman, distracting people, sneaking, getting key cards, whatever,
getting information,
all that sort of stuff. Yeah. The very Hitman-y sort of stuff all looked really good because that's sort of what's become their bread and butter, and they've mastered that sort of gameplay style and everything. When we got to the car stuff, I too was like, this is a bit rough. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I was like, is it because it's a stream and it looks like it's barely running at 30 frames a second? Is it just that my brain was telling me this just looks slow? Like, will it feel faster when you're playing it? And then I was wondering, like, how does the car control? If the car control, if it just feels like it's very hand-holdy, that's going to be shit. If the car, because it seems like cars are going to be not a huge part of the game, but I feel like
you're driving at the side of the mission.
Yeah, so you're driving enough that I'm like, the cars better feel decent to control and use. So that became sort of a little bit of a worry for me, I guess. And then I didn't like the combat, to be honest, the shootout stuff. I liked when it got crazy, when shit was going everywhere and exploding or whatever. And I'm hoping they only did it for the gameplay purpose. But oh my god, red barrels! Like there was just everywhere.
All airports have a ton of red barrels.
Just red barrel under everything, and then fuel containers everywhere. Just it seemed like PS3 era third person shooter sort of design.
Dylan, it's a Bond game. We want red barrels. I want to blow shit up.
I don't want red barrels. I can have a couple, but why was there so many?
It's an airport. They need to like fill up the planes with fuel.
I've been to an airport, I'll have you know. And,
one.
Hey, excuse you.
Two.
Multiple.
I guess technically two. You'd have to have gone
multiple.
to two.
Been to one. 2, 3, 4, 5 airports, I think. No, 6.
Yeah, but these are like
airports.
proper like central airports where they hide all the fuel tanks. This is like a regional in the middle of buckfuck nowhere airport where they
like my airport.
where they don't have any health standards. You know, they don't care where you put your fuel. You know, let you have trucks, cars all over the runway. You know,
Are you trying to tell me that I don't know what my airports are like?
no, this is even more of a middle of nowhere airport than Launceston.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I think it's an interesting mix that they tried to show, and it was and obviously there's still plenty of time before the game releases, so the car stuff, I'm like, well, I hope that just looks a lot better, plays a lot better when you're actually behind the sticks, as you want to put it. And I'm hoping that the red barrels were an influx for the sake of making the segment a bit more cinematic. Then the second part of the gameplay where they did a little bit of developer commentary, I guess, talking over it. That was all very Hitman-ish, mostly focused explanation of, hey, you can you know go loud, but then this could happen, or catch this person, distract these people using your gadgets. You can you get the whole thing where it pops up where someone raises a gun on Bond first, it pops up on the screen and says that you got a license to kill, so then you're allowed to shoot people, which is sort of funny to me. like it has to pop up. Yeah, you've got a license to kill.
Now you can kill people.
Yeah,
because that's how licenses work.
Yeah, I think that's
you pop in your car and then your license to drive pops up.
But I like of course, all that stuff looks the most interesting simply because that's the you're exploring an area, trying to work out how to get somewhere or get to a person to do something, and there's multiple ways to reach the objective, which is the Hitman MO in the classic Hitman MO. So all of that seems really good. It's just the other stuff that I'm a little bit like, will we at the end of the day be playing the game going, man, all the Hitman-ish stuff, great, 10 out of 10, loved it, fantastic. Story, fantastic, loved it. Car and combat action stuff, meh, not their strongest side.
Not their forte, you know. I wonder, like, how much of the like conditions there'll be on there. Like, could you just find a gun and just barge into that opening, the hotel, and just start shooting people willy nilly? You know,
yeah, I guess that's a question. Yeah,
and then will the game let you do that, or
I guess
be a fail state? You know what I mean?
If they want to make the give the player the imagine that they've got full control, like they take that option away from you, like have you drive the car into that area where you like then can't get back around to the entrance, I guess, or something. You know, like if they constantly take away the option, then and only allow you in areas where yes, everything in there is an option, do it. But rather than Hitman, where it's like quite often you can access and do basically whatever you want. Yeah. So I don't imagine it being as open as Hitman solely because they want to lead you through to these more cinematic events, and Hitman doesn't have those.
And also, Bond is a more lawful character, I guess.
Yeah. That too.
Quote unquote good guy.
Quote unquote good guy. What do you make of the banter, the voice performances, this take on Bond, all that sort of stuff? What did you take on the very famous actor Patrick Gibson's?
I thought it was all good. You know, I enjoyed the like constant remarks from people around him about how handsome he is. And I'm going to give him an extra mention on the pillow. Banter like that, you know, it's all good fun. It's
that scar across his face.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm intrigued about the story and that kind of stuff because I think the other interesting thing is obviously there's this 009 that's going around that we never know, hear or see. You know, they don't mention him in the cast list or them in the cast list, so could be it's somebody. You know,
that's a good point. They haven't said, have they? Yeah. Wonder if you'll never see him until the end of the game.
Potentially.
because they want.
Turns out it's James Bond's father. You know,
holy moly!
holy moly.
Do you want to buy that $400 collector's edition that comes with a golden gun?
No. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, is it actually gold?
Is it actually a gun?
No, that part's not important.
Are they lying to us on both fronts?
I saw people getting upset that the golden gun, like skin in the game, will be exclusive to this collector's edition. I'm like,
who cares?
Really? It's not really something to get upset about.
No, it's not. Whenever they want to do these exclusive things for collector's editions or whatever, if it's some random fucking gun skin or something, it's like, who cares? It's when they make them missions or stuff.
Well, I mean, the golden gun is like tied into James Bond lore, and obviously, you know,
yeah, but not this
GoldenEye and all that kind of stuff. So,
not this Bond,
you know, not this Bond, and I don't think it's going to be like the golden gun in those games where it's one shot kills. You know, it's just a skin for your gun.
Yeah, it's just a skin. What was the other thing I was going to say?
Although we know people go crazy about skins in games, so.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know if you saw it this week. I didn't put it in the notes, but on skins and collector's edition stuff like that, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2, like refunding pre-orders because people, they had put some, I think it was classes or clans or whatever, like behind pre-ordering certain editions of the game, and then everyone spat it obviously over that, and now they're refunding the editions and taking that out. Yeah, that's bad pre-order content. So that's just them being like, fuck, it's cost us an arm and a leg to finally get this game out. We're trying to make extra money. Please pre-order the
this crazy edition of the game.
Yeah,
with stuff that it definitely doesn't cost as much as. Yeah.
All right, back to Daddies.
But March 27th. You know, I think probably maybe a little bit sooner than we thought.
Yeah, seems about right.
Yeah.
I'm not too shocked. God of War TV series will finally start filming early next year. New report claims. Right, Gamer. That's according to Nexus Point News, which reports the filming of the series, which will follow Kratos' dangerous journey with his estranged son to fulfill his wife's dying wishes and spread her ashes from the highest peak, is currently slated to kick off in Vancouver, Canada next March. Sources say that casting for the show is currently underway. We've had some mixed, obviously, stuff recently with Last of Us Season 2. Do you reckon that they will, given the mixed reception to Season 2, how do you reckon they're going to go about this? Making it ultra
faithful. Except they'll do one episode where his gay couple gets together.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually
that's the formula.
The dwarves won't be brothers anymore. That'll be solved it.
No, I mean, you try and stay as faithful as possible. You maybe change things because of the format of television. You know, you don't need to be climbing up, clearing dens and solving puzzles and that kind of stuff. You know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I suspect it'd be very cut and dry. Follow the format of the game.
They're like sticking so close to their synopsis is just like, well, that's the game. I'm like, it doesn't sound like trying to do it, which I'm sort of fine with for this. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, do your own thing, or like, I don't mind you do your own thing in the same universe or whatever. But like the reason that God of War is so popular currently, again, is because of that story told in a particular way, which is my other thing. It's going to be very interesting watching the story unfold if they're using a normal filmmaking techniques, or will they try to do fake one-shot everything?
I hadn't even thought about that. I think it'll be normally edited just because I don't think
it's such a big part They could. Like, you could definitely, like...
I mean, you could, but it would take so much more time and money, and I don't think that's what they're going to want to do. I'm sure there'll be segments where they do long runners or oneers, you know,
Maybe
like
an
a la
episode,
the
one
studio
episode.
or something like that. When it makes sense. But I don't think it'll be an editless show.
Be interesting if they did, though.
It would. Like, I mean, in my mind, obviously, the first episode would end with the fight between Kratos and the Stranger, and that could potentially just all be attempted to be done in one shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if they would jump between episodes, you can jump ahead. Like, whereas obviously the game, the one like, you don't jump ahead; it's always one shot. So,
yeah.
But I mean, that is an important part of what people remember from the game, especially the like. It was less talked about the sequel, obviously, with Ragnarok, but with the first one, that whole like, it's all one camera or within one camera.
Yeah.
That was a huge talking point at the time. So, yeah, I don't know. Casting wise, I'm going to be really intrigued to see how they go about this, because you've got to cast a huge muscly dude who's going to sound as rough and tough as old mate from Stargate.
Okay. As Kratos,
yeah, as Kratos. And then you've got to cast a kid that is at times really annoying, but also you need to
can be likable. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah,
it's a hard cast. And you got to cast all other Greek gods and whatever else.
Potentially, I don't think so. You probably cast Athena. That's about it.
Well, you got to have the Stranger. You got to have Thor's son show up later.
Yeah,
you got a few here.
You know, do you end up teasing what happens in Ragnarok? You know, that kind of stuff. Like,
they definitely end the series surely with Thor showing up. Or
they have to like bring back what's his name, like as Odin, right?
Who?
The actor who played Odin.
Oh, the guy in the show. Yeah, I mean
that's like sense. A no-brainer. That's like freaking what's his face in The Last of Us.
We're on a streak.
We're on a real names.
You mean the leader of the wolves?
Yeah.
James Gordon from Westworld.
Yeah, old Jeffrey Wright. Yeah.
Old Mister, I can name everything he's in, but his name. Yeah, that guy. I mean, Last was brought back a few people. Obviously, they brought back Tessa. No, not Tessa. Sorry, Meryl. Marlene, and the person. Was there a third person, or am I just?
I think that was it. I mean, I think there's other people in other roles, but
yeah, that's what maybe I'm thinking of people in roles.
Yeah, so bring back Richard Schiff as Odin.
Yeah. That's the name. Just come out of thin air.
Yeah.
That's good. Real good. Continuing down the TV train, Variety writes, a live-action Life is Strange TV series has been greenlit at Amazon as well. Variety has learned exclusively. Based on the video game franchise of the same name, the show will be written by Charlie Koval, who also serves as executive producer and showrunner. Dimitri M. Johnson, Mike Goldberg, and Timothy I. Stevenson will executive produce under their Story Kitchen banner. The series comes from Square Enix, Story Kitchen, and Lucky Chat with Amazon MGM producing. Quote, Story Kitchen has always believed that Life is Strange deserves to be more than just a game. It's a cultural touchstone, said Story Kitchen's Johnson and Goldberg. After a decade-long journey, we're honored to be bringing this beloved story to the Amazon MGM alongside our incredible partners at Square Enix, a brilliant showrunner, Charlie Koval, and an amazing team at Lucky Chat. Blah, blah, blah. Per the official logline, the story follows Max, a photography student who discovers she can rewind time while saving the life of her childhood best friend Chloe. As she struggles to understand this new school, the pair investigate the mysterious disappearance of a fellow student, uncovering a dark side of their town that will ultimately force them to make an impossible life or death choice that will impact them forever. Sorry. How do you reckon Life is Strange will go? Getting a adaptation at Prime Video as well. the storyline too. Not they answered the big question, which would be like, oh, Life is Strange. Are they going to do new characters in the same universe? It's like, nope, they're doing Max and Chloe.
Adapting the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Like, this is like, it's a reasonably straightforward story, and like, obviously, with abilities that you could make sense and like easily translate to television. A great ensemble of characters, a bunch of storylines that you can kind of thread throughout that entire season and that kind of stuff. So it makes a ton of sense. My only request is it is going to come to Prime Video, right? So it'll be on a digital format.
Mm-hmm.
Let people make the choice.
Whoa.
Do the Bandersnatch thing. Like, one choice in the entire thing, Do
you mean right at the end of the game? Or?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how long. It's been a while since I've seen the ending of the game, but maybe halfway through the last episode, it's like Bay or Bay,
Bay or Bay.
Make a choice, and then
Yeah. What you want to film like
film 2 alternate endings.
2 alternate. I mean, that's not a bad idea, but what if they want to do season 2?
I don't think they're going to do a season. Like, I don't think they'll go follow these characters for a season 2.
You don't think? Here's the thing. I think if this was popular enough, I think they would just do season 2 and follow the characters through.
Then you've got 2 seasons of television you can make.
Because the alternative is this is popular, and then you have the history repeats itself, where they do season 2, which is obviously the brothers storyline, which I really like, but it never did anywhere near as well, because it turns out the Life is Strange audience is a lot of people who I'm like
Max and Chloe.
We were in for the teen lesbian romance,
No, and they were like, just do Before the Storm. Done.
Yeah, true.
Season 2 is Before the Storm.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And then after that, you can jump off because people
don't give us the fucking America's fucked immigrant story.
No, that would be too relevant and on the nose.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with what's happening these days. Give us the teen romance.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like,
yeah. Then what? Yeah. The thing is, I'm wondering if it has like a, if the show was really good, it would help the games pick up again. Because,
what was it? What was the last one? Not True Colors. It was.
Life is Strange. Max is back.
I mean, yes, it was called Max is back.
Back in the saddle of Max. Max is back with powers.
Double exposure. There we go.
Yeah, obviously.
That only came out last year. So it's that the series hasn't been away for very long.
No, but apparently it didn't do well. I'm wondering if the numbers will pick up if the show does well.
Well, I'm sure they will, because that's how these things usually work. Sales of all these games go up.
Bleed into the next thing. Yeah. All right, and finally in my Amazon news section, Eurogamer writes, Amazon's live-action Tomb Raider series has found its Lara Croft. Amazon has cast Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in its upcoming live-action Tomb Raider series. Turner, known to many as Game of Thrones Sansa Stark, was rumored to be in talks to play Lara Croft last November. She will follow in the footsteps of Angelina Jolie and Alicia Vikander, who both previously portrayed the globe-trotting archaeologist in live-action Tomb Raider adaptations. As previously reported, Fleabag's Phoebe Waller-Bridge will serve as Tomb Raider series creator, writer, executive producer, and co-showrunner. Quote from Sophie Turner, I'm excited to announce Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I'm excited to announce the formidable Sophie Turner as our Lara, alongside this phenomenal creative team. It's not very often you get to make a show of the scale of the character you grew up loving. Everyone on board is wildly passionate about Lara and are all as outrageously brave and hilarious as she is. Get your artifacts out. Croft is coming. Turner said she was thrilled beyond measure to be playing Lara Croft. She's such an iconic character who means so much to so many, and I'm giving everything I've got. Came for this?
Yeah, I mean, I love a lot of the stuff Phoebe Waller-Bridge has done, so that's a positive. I find it a little hard to imagine Sansa. No, Sophie Turner is Lara Croft.
Yeah, Sansa.
Well, that's where I'm coming from. Like Sansa, not very, very action heavy character, and even when she was in the X-Men movies,
Do Lies. I don't do cocaine. Or whatever the fucking line was.
Do Revenge, yeah.
Do Revenge. That's my favorite thing she's done. Fuck Game of Thrones.
And even her in X-Men, it wasn't like she was like doing action heavy stunts. She was moving her hands in front of her face, like pushing things and bleeding a little bit. So,
yeah. And she's got to push a bow.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing was what direction will they take this adaptation? Because you want to, like, the automatic thing is to do the Crystal Dynamics story, but they already kind of did that with the Alicia Vikander version. So, like, are they going to try and do something brand new? Is she going to be established? Is it going to be an origin story? You know, lots of possible directions. So, I mean, I'm keen to see how they kind of tackle this character, you know. But yeah, Prime Video. That's where the new home of video game adaptations.
Apparently, yeah.
They really, really, like, Fallout was successful, right?
Yeah.
Like, tripling down.
I mean, currently they're 1 for 1, so, you know.
Can't do better than 100%.
Can't do that 100%, that's right. Yeah, I'm hoping it's like an original thing, obviously, like no.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, actually, I would love to see it. Forget the realistic storyline thing they already tried to do with Alicia Vikander. Lean back into the there's demon ladies with wings story.
Crazy shit.
Crazy shit from the original games, you know what I mean? Like, lean back into that. Let's go that way. I don't have the story here, but also they, in the same news cycle, they announced that the animated series on Netflix. Netflix?
Yep.
Was that Prime Video as well? Netflix.
That was
Netflix,
yeah.
right? Yeah, the anime one. That's coming back for its second and last season. So one more season of that from Hayley Atwell.
Yeah.
Which is part of the Crystal Dynamics universe of games. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for this week. Thank you very much for joining us on this week's episode of Arcade Couch. Of course, you can let us know, let us know all your comments, questions, concerns on any of the social media platforms, Blue Sky, Instagram.
What are your gripes with Hollow Knight Silksong?
Just leave a Google review. We'll find it.
Just write Arcade Couch sent me here.
Yeah. We'll I've got Google alerts on, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I've got Google alerts for Google reviews. If you want to support the show, head on over to explosionhour.com/support. Donate is all this all over there. And until next week, same time, same couch. Goodbye.